Okay, welcome back, and we are up to turn 6, 9:30 a.m. This turn, we are actually going to have one reinforcement. This is going to be Chris with Wilcox. They come over here, over here on the side, like so. So, where we stand with this is that the Confederates are holding the line pretty good here to the north. Longstreet coming around here, Jackson up here, kind of mixed in together, kind of holding pretty well. For the Union side, things have not gone very well with McClellan in command here. Haven't been really able to get too much going. Sumner's now into the mix, but it started off with Hooker and Mansfield pressing the attack, and theirs were repulsed pretty easily up to the north, and now Jackson's kind of holding out here. Was a few casualties with Hill and Hooker, but for the most part, a lot of disorders, as you can see over here. So moving on to turn 6, 9:30, we're going to have the next turn here. Most likely Sumner is going to try to continue his attack up through here, and the Confederates will try to keep them out. So a couple things beforehand. The Union AMs will not change. There's still 3 AMs for them. Confederates do have the initiative, and they've selected Longstreet to go first. So with that, we'll get things rolling. I think we're good over here with Walker. Anderson is going to need to do something, but I think we're going to have the reserve artillery taking shots first, followed by McLaws and Hood over to the right, and J.R. Jones. I noticed I forgot him the last time. So let's get started with the artillery. So let's go with the reserves first. I think this reserve unit is going to fire straight down the line. He's a range of 3, so he's in range, no modifiers. And +1 for strength, and then he is downhill. So +2 on the dice, firing at Cadwell A. A +2 is 10, so that is a hit. So the Union is going to have to take 2 cohesion tests. First one, Cadwell A, he's a 5 or less, fails, so he is going to be withdrawn. Oh, that's not good for them. And then Meager, he is a 7 or less, rolls a 5, so he's okay. All right, so another withdrawn for the Union. Okay, so that's that firing. Next, we'll do the reserves up here, firing at Meager as well. 1, 2, 3, within range. It's a +4, firing downhill with a +5. You're going to need a 9 with a +5 on the dice. 4 + 5 is 9, so they do get a hit. And the cohesion's a 7. So they roll an 8, so they are broken. So I see Sumner's attack is going to meet the same fate as Hooker, potentially. So that artillery is done. Who else do we have on the reserves? Oh yes, we have this one over here. He can fire over Evans, and he'll fire at Meager. 1, 2, 3, range of 3. It's a short range though, so he is going to be a no, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, he's in range. So 0, +2 on the dice, down 1 for the hill. So it's a 9 with a +3 on the dice. Rolls a 7 is a 10. That's going to be another cohesion check. Meager's now a 6. And he rolls a 9. So he is withdrawn. Wow, that's a lot of fire that they're taking. And it's going to be tough for them to attack. They've lost 2 units already. Okay, so who else we have? These guys over here, which I believe they can't see anything. It's not worth shooting at them. So that'll be all of the artillery. Longstreet's reserve artillery firing. Next, we'll move on to Anderson himself. And here we'll have Anderson's guns taking shots. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, range of 5. He's long. It's within range. So strength of 2 plus 0, and gets 2 for the gets 1 for the downhill. So it's plus 3 on the dice. 11. That's another hit. And he rolls a 5. They need a 6. He's okay. A lot of artillery just chewing him up here. This one over here, going to fire at the same one. He's going to be, actually, he's going to go right down the line. 1, 2, 3. So he's a plus 3. There's nothing for the hill, because he's not 2 levels up. Nothing for the range, so it's just a plus 3. 10, that's another hit. It's a 6. Rolls an 8. Artillery is just decimating Sumner at this point. Not sure if they're going to make any ground. So that is all for the artillery for Anderson. Now the question, Anderson's done some good damage without even needing to attack. Does he need to attack is the question. I don't think so. I think they're going to hold their lines, but they are going to make sure that they cover some of these guns. So he's going to move up 1, 2. At this point, they need to keep the guns covered, and I think that will be all for. We'll move on to Evans. Evans is a tough one because he's got a gun up here. Yeah, I think they will move the guns back, so they'll go 1 and then into here, which will be 2, 3, 4. We'll stack with reserves, and then Evans will take a step back. That'll be all for Evans. McLaws, I think, is in a good position over there. We'll zoom in on Hood and Jones. So with Hood and Jones over here, take Hood first. He's the little bit easier one. His artillery, again, not in a position to really shoot at anybody without getting fire. So he's going to stay put. He's going to recover. He's good there. Law A is in, he's not in a great position. Actually, he's going to slide over under the reserve guns, like so. And we're going to have him recover. So he needs a 6 or less. That was a 4. He's in good shape. Okay. So that's all for Hood. Now we've got Dr. Jones over here, who's also in good shape. Now, oh, he can't because he's got this whole frontage is covered there as well. I like to keep them there and them there to hold them back. Just don't know if I want to reinforce them. Well, his artillery at least will move. Will not fire because there's no targets for him. He will move up though to there. He's going to recover. He's comfortable there. I think that's going to be it, and then he's going to recover. So he's a 6. He's a 6 or less. Rolls a 5. Again, in good shape. Okay, so that's all for Jones and Hood, and that's all for Longstreet. He's in good position there. So that's our first AM. Next one here is going to be Hayes. Would be our artillery back here. And we're going to take a look at this one. Cedric should be underneath there. There we go. He's going to fire at them, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could counter battery though. Actually, he's going to fire at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a range of 6. He's a long range, so he's within range. +3 on the dice. It is uphill though, so it's going to be -1, so +2. 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls an 8 + 2 is 10. That's a cohesion check. And they roll a 4. So they're in good shape. And then next we have, just out of camera range, there we go. We have this guy. And I think he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over to there. So he's in range. +4 will be downhill because he's 2 levels up. So it'll be +5 on the dice. +5. Rolls an 8, 3. +5 is 8. That's a miss. And of course our other guy is off camera. So he, or not off camera, but he's out of range of anybody. So that's all for Hayes. Next is going to be Jackson. So Jackson again is Jones, Lawton, and Hill, plus the reserves. I think the reserves are going to fire first. So he'll fire down the road at Ricketts Battery. 1, 2, yeah, because we can't see them down there. 3 down there. So there'll be some counter battery here as well. So it's going to be 3 with a +3. It'd be +3. It's into the woods, which will need no effect. And range is within range. So it's going to be 9 with a +3. 3 + 3 is 6. That's a miss. So now return fire can be by both batteries here. So first one, actually they'll combine together here. So strength will be 4 +2 for stacked. We'll make 6 in the open and within range. So +6, 9 or +6 on the dice. Rolls a 2, misses. So they've returned fire. Next one's going to be this one here. 1, 2. To there, they're 3 short range +0. Cornfield is nothing, so +3 on the dice. Rolls a 5. That's a miss. Okay, so that is all of those guys. This reserve artillery, he's okay for now. He will fire down the hill at him, or actually 1, 2, 3 at them. So it'll be +3. He's long range, downhill, so it'll be +4. 9 with +4 on the dice. 5. That's a miss. He missed. He's done. They're done. Okay, and that'll be it for the guns. Next, well, we're already over here next to. His guns up here will fire downhill. 1, 2, range of long, so it's a 1 with a +1 for going downhill. So 9 with a +2. A miss. I think I will move him up 1, 2. He's actually going to go up to there. And I think that's going to be all for Hill. Okay. Move down the line here. And I could attack, but there's no real benefit. I mean, the Confederates just need to hold off the Union attack, which they're doing pretty well here. Lawton over here. He could attack. So I think, yeah, we'll do this. We'll bring him up. It's going to be an attack here. So that'll be 8. against. Actually, I will bring him over here though, just to provide some space. Okay, so there'll be one attack right here. So for the Union, they need to defensive fire, and they need to roll an 8 or higher with a +1 on the dice for open ground. Well, it's a 3, that's not going to do it. So the attack continues. 4, 8 against 4. So it's a 2-to-1, +2 on the odds. The cohesion's a +1 because they're 7 to 6. So now that's 3, and then the woods goes down to back to 2. So they need a 5 with a +2 on the dice. They roll a 9. That's pretty good. It's 11. Defender's disordered. Retreats. Okay, so they're disordered. They must retreat. Yeah, I think they're best to go there. And then the highest cohesion can come up. So now he could pivot. It's got to stay that way and stop. Don't want to get too greedy with them there. Okay, and then early is going to recover back here. Early A, or B, excuse me. 6 or less. Rolls a 9, doesn't get it. Okay, so that's all for Lawton. The last one, J.R. Jones. So his artillery here and here have nothing to shoot at, so we're going to go right into the movement. They're going to come up. Actually, they can press the attack over here, so that's 7 against 3. He'll recover. He is not going to be of any use over there. 1, 3, 6. We could. I think I'll leave the artillery there. Alright, so we're going to have one attack over here. So Phelps is going to try to shoot at that guy. So he's going to be a 0. Let's see, unit defensive fire. And Woods is a -1. So it's going to be a 6 with a -1 on the dice. Alright. Roll a 3. So the attack continues. So it's 7 against 3. That's a 2-to-1. They're all in the woods. So it's +2. Cohesion is 7 to 6 is +1 for +3. And the woods -1, so down to 2. So they need a 5 with +2 on the dice. So 4 + 2 is 6. Defenders retreat and has to take a cohesion test. So Phelps retreats, like so. Doubleday goes with him. Cohesion test, he's a 6 or less. Rolls a 7. Not going well for the Union at all. Doubleday is all disordered, and he moves forward. Last thing is Warren over here. Try to recover him. He's a 5. Rolls a 7. Doesn't get it. Okay, that's all for Jackson, his first activation. Pretty significant. They're slowly pushing them back over there. Union attack is stalling. I think, oh, Jackson comes up again, his second. So Jackson gets to go again, and he's just going to hammer at Hooker, I think. So we'll begin with the artillery again. This time, I think he's going to shoot over here as reserve. 1, 2, 3. So it's a +3. Nothing for range, nothing for terrain. It's a 9 with +3. Rolls a 0. Next, we'll do the reserves next to them. Same target. Be a +3 on the dice. +3 is 10, so that's a cohesion test for them. 6, top unit, he's good. And then Anderson Needs a 6 or below. Rolls a 9. He breaks. Or I should say it's disordered. Okay. Other batteries over here to fire. We have reserve A. He's going to target right there. So he's a 3. It's within range, so it's +0. And downhill is +1. So 9 with +4 on the dice. Rolls a 6, doesn't, or rolls a 2, which doesn't do it. And I believe that's all for our firing. Now for our movement, we're going to move him up here. So they're going to go 3 into there, 4, 5 into there, and they'll stay put. So that's all for our reserve artillery. I've done a pretty good job at beating them up. And then next comes our attack. So over in here, I think we'll start with Jones. Oh boy, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, they're all out of command. Oh no. Oh no. So they can't. He can't move up. He could still. He could still attack, but he can't move up there. So I think they'll just move. He's going to move over to here. He's going to come up 1, 3 to there. Just a little bit of miscalculation there. So they will try to attack though. So he is disordered, firing into woods for defensive fire. So it's going to be he'll need a 7 with a -2. 9. No, he can't do it. So the attack will continue. So it'll be 1 to 1, no modifiers, but then a +2 for cohesion. And then he's going uphill, so it's going to be -1. So it's going to be a +1. So converting a 5 with a +1 on the dice. 8 + 1 is 9. That pushed him back. So they need to go back in with Gibbon. And they need a cohesion test. 5 or less. They roll a 0, so they're okay. Couple days back here, and he's going to come up. Oh, they're really pushing him back. All right, next we've got Lawton, I believe. His artillery, nothing in position there. But they're going to try to push Patrick now that they got him out of the woods. Yeah, I think he's going to come over in here, provide that, and then we'll move him over to there. He'll stay there. He will he'll come up over here. So that's a steep slope. So down a steep slope is +1. All right, 2, 3. All right, so they're going to move. 2 + 1 is 3, 4. +2 is 6 if they use strategic movement, which they can. Closest unit is here. And Lawton himself is going to go up to there. Alright, so these guys are going to attack Patrick. So he's going to be -1, -2, highest is 7, so nothing on the defensive fire. So it's going to be 8 to 4. It's +2 on the dice. Open terrain, so no modifiers, no adjustments. Cohesion is going to be +2, so it's going to be +4. Alright, so needs a 5 with a +4 on the dice. 6 with 4 is 10, so the retreats and a cohesion test. He's gonna, let's see, got guns there. He's got to retreat sideways and displace somebody. So the displacement, dice roll for Magdalene is going to be 6 or less. Rolls a 6, he's okay. And then the cohesion test for Patrick, he's a 5. Rolls a 2, he's okay. That means guns are there and he's there. So now he will move forward, pivot, like so. Alright, so Jackson's really on the offensive now. Really taking him back to the cornfield. So next we have over here, we have D.H. Hill. And his lone gun up here will take a shot at Crawford. The strength of 1, it's downhill, so +1, down 2 levels, so +1 more. So 9 with a +2. That's a miss. So now for any type of movement and or charge. Again, I think they're going to be a little bit more defensive. And in fact, he's going to come over, he's going to back out and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Needs to be a little bit more defensive over there. Okay, so that's all for Hill. And that's all for Jackson. Next, we have Stuart. Stuart's cavalry. Now, they are over here. They've driven them back over here. And now here is wooded terrain, so it's not going to be great for any type of charging unless they came around behind them. Do we want to come up and threaten their flank and push them back? It's a unique position we're in for this. All right, so movement. So they'll have to stop there. He will go 1, 2, 3. Provide some lead to them. Stuart and this cavalry will move. They'll move 2, 4. We'll go 2, 4 as well. And then Stuart will come up to here. 2, 3, 5. Might as well just bring these guys and line them up right here. That'll be good. So we're trying to keep them flanked a little bit. Mumford will stay on its own back there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do one more for this video, and it's going to be Longstreet. Wow, all the Confederates came out on this one up front. So the second half of this turn is going to be more of the Union than the Confederate. So let's go back to the overhead for this one. So with this, I think we'll come back to the center over here and start with the artillery. Let's reserve, take a shot at them. That'll be 1, 2, 3. That'll be +1, +2 for downhill. 9, +2. Rolls 2. That's a miss. And then we'll take this one, same target, 1, 2, 3, 4. Within range, so it's +0, +4, and then downhill +1. 9 with a +5. That's a cohesion test. Needs a 6 or less. And they fail, and they're gone as well. Not looking good for Sumner's attack. Really not looking good. We've got 3 units that are withdrawn. And like I said, with my special rule, they don't automatically come back. These units were okay over here. Who else we had? Oh, we had one up here. He's He's up on the high ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's a short range, so that's not great. He's going to be a -1, but he's downhill, so that'll cancel each other out. So the strength will be 2, 9 with a +2. Rolls 10, that's a cohesion check. He's a 5. There's another one. 4 of them off the map. Wow. Wow, this is really turning on the Union, I'm afraid, quite heavily. As Sumner is just beaten up by the artillery over here. So that's all for the artillery. I don't think there'll be any movement of these over here. And kind of go on to the turn. So Walker, fine. Anderson, I think his guns will shoot straight ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. +3. No downhill, so it's a 9 with a +3 on the dice. Rolls a 12. Cohesion check. He's a 7. Rolls a 7. He's okay. And then we've got these over here. They're long range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to go after the guns. Artillery duel. So he's within range. He's a +2 on the dice. He's going to be going uphill, I believe. Let me just check those. No, that's the same. No, he's going to be going uphill. So it's going to be +1 on the dice. 9 and +1. 6 + 1 is 7. Doesn't make it. They will return fire, though. So they're long, so they're within range. They're 4, firing down just 1 level, though, so they don't get the range bonus, or the plunging fire bonus. So 9 with a +4 on the dice. Rolls 5 + 4 is 9. That's a cohesion check on the guns. 7 or less. Oh, they roll a 9. So they are disrupted. All right. So that's all the firing. Now the movement. I think they're going to step back into the woods, like so. And then everybody else is in good shape, so we'll let them be. Okay, next, McLaws, I should say. He's in good shape. He'll stay in reserve back there. And then I think we'll come over and take a look at Jones and Hood. So Hood is in good position. Both of them are recovered. I don't think we want to attack yet. They're pushing over here, which is good. It's his second, so they don't want to be too overstretched because the guns can cover them there. So I think they're going to stay there. Their artillery is in good shape, so they're not going to do anything, I don't think. Okay. And then we've got Jones. I think Jones's artillery. Actually, he could fire down through here at them, so they could go 1, 2, 3. They're an L, so it's a 1. There's no extra for downhill, so there's only a 9 with a +1 on the dice. Rolls a 7. That's a miss. So next, movement. I think we're going to move up these guys together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got his command together. He'll stay there. Not going to be any attacks, of course. So I think that's going to be it. Just more blocking by the Confederates. Okay, so that's all for Longstreet, and that's pretty good. Confederates ruled the first half of the 9:30 turn here and made quite the advance on the Union right and the Confederates left, as well as dampened Sumner's attack. I don't know how they're going to recover from that. We'll have to see, because most of their major attack force has been pretty much broken at this point. So I'm not sure how they're going to get up here, but we'll give it a try somehow. Okay, so let's I'll end it here and go on to the second half of the turn for the next video.